Hello friends, welcome to my new video. Today we will discuss about the concept of knowledge. What is knowledge? What is the definition of knowledge? And what are the factors of the knowledge? And what is the nature of the knowledge? These are the important aspects today we have to discuss in this video. So knowledge means, actually it is the word which is derived from the Greek word, that is epistemology. Epistemo means it is knowledge. Logy means it is study of the thing. So what is knowledge? It is epistemology in the Greek word. Now the nature of knowledge is, the thing is, when we are going to acquire the external world, knowledge of the external world, that time we are using our senses. So normally we have five important senses: ear, nose, tongue, skin, and mouth. These are the important senses of the human being. These things are the big doors or doors of the knowledge which gives us the external knowledge. Now we are using all these parameters to acquire the external knowledge. So when we see, that must be a sound, that must be a thing. When we hear, that must be a sound. When we touch, that must be an object. And when we are seeing and touching each and everything, all senses are going to give us a knowledge. If the one organ is going to be missed, the part of that knowledge is going to be not acquired by us. For example, if a blind man is not going to have the color knowledge because he was a blind man, like the dumb man is not going to have the sounds or melodious sounds because he is not going to hear the proper sounds. So when we call it is knowledge, knowledge is actually, there are so many definitions in the philosophy. So first we have take the knowledge in Western context. That is one of the important great philosopher, Mining, said that knowledge is the three word combination. Basically it is three word combination, that is the man, object, and the senses. So subject, substance, and senses. We can call it as the three S's. So three S's means subject means a man, substance means it is a word or the object, and the senses means it is the senses which we have going to have the knowledge of the external world. So in this way, knowledge is the relation of the three words, that is, or combination of the three words, according to the one of the great philosopher, that Mining. Now when we acquire the knowledge, that is the important aspect. So when the three important parameters are correct, then only we can acquire the correct knowledge of the external world. One thing is, first our senses should be perfect, and second thing is external world should be perfect, and the third thing is our internal organs should be perfect. Then only we can acquire the knowledge of the external world. So first we begin with the external world. Suppose if there is a darkness in the outside, that time we are not able to acquire the correct knowledge because the objects are not able to vigil or not able to recognize by us because of the darkness in the outside. That is first important thing, that outside light should be perfect, then only we can acquire the knowledge. For example, snake and the rope. At the dark we can mistakenly recognize that maybe it is snake. Instead of snake we can have the knowledge of the rope, or we can diverse it also. Maybe it is rope, we can recognize as it is the snake in this way. So external parameters should be perfect, then only we can have the correct knowledge of the external world. And the same thing, we can have the correct knowledge or correct things in the body also. For example, if we have a jaundice, that time we are not able to get the proper knowledge of the objects, because the jaundice is something that which is a disease which looks each and everything as yellow shades. So actually outside is perfect one, but as being a diseased person, which is going to be looked by yellowness. Therefore, the yellowness appears because it is the disease of the eye. At the same time, we can have the sugar, even though it is sweet, the fever man is not going to have it is sweetness, because he has a fever in the body. He can recognize it as the just a bitter one. So these two important. One is external word should be perfect one, and second is internal word should be perfect one. Then only we can acquire the knowledge of the world or things about the external world. And third important aspect is that is senses. Senses should be perfect. If one senses is not going to work properly, the knowledge which we are going to gain from that senses is going to be disappear. Therefore, three important yeses, we can call it as the three important yeses, that is senses, substance, and the subject. These three are playing the vital role in the acquiring of the external knowledge. And this is about the objects as well as the subject and the senses. Another one parameter is that while we are acquiring the knowledge of the object, we are having the some language. So some language means any kind of language. Now language is the very important, and it is the communication, and it is going to be help us to recognize the word. So I can say that there is a lot of difference between the word and the word. WORD is the word and WORLD is the word. These two are totally different ones. There is no connection between the word and the word. But as a being, as a human being, we are going to connect each and everything to the word. So, for example, STONE, stone is a word, and the object stone is in the nature. To recognize this object, we are going to name something that it is called stone. At the same time, we can have the knowledge of the things only when we named some objects as one name. Otherwise, we are not going to have the that kind of knowledge. For example, cat, 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 and the object or animal which is going to be refers to the animal cat. So cat is the word and the animal cat is the animal. So these are, we are going to connect each other, then only we can have the knowledge of the objects and animals and all the things in the external world. Now, what is the role of the language? Language plays a very vital role. Basically, there is no meaning of the all alphabets. For example, A, B, C, D. There is no there is no meaning at all. For example, take for example A. A doesn't have any meaning. B doesn't have any meaning. C doesn't have any meaning. So alphabets are only alphabets to learn the English. But while we put together all alphabets, then only we can have the knowledge of the or the combination of the alphabets. Then only we can create the word, and that word going to be direct towards the some object. For example, C doesn't have any meaning, A doesn't have any meaning, T doesn't have any meaning. But cat, C-A-T, cat, while we are combined together, then only that is going to be named as a cat animal. In this way, language is something we are going to be recognized. It is using for the naming purpose only, to learning purpose only. So this is a language which is a very important place in the while we are acquiring the external knowledge. In this way, while the nature of knowledge is totally depend on the language. So while there is a lot of difference between the word and the word, so word is something naming the objects and the other word is the object. So there is a relation which we are going to connect the word and the word, then only we can able to understand the things. So this is the language, is the vital role or important role in the acquiring the knowledge, because when we are speaking something, the opposite person is going to be understand when it is only fact or it may be an event, isn't it? So either it may be event or either it may be a fact. Then only we are going to analyze it by means of a language. So the person is listening is going to be understand by means of only words and the propositions. Words and the proposition. Therefore, the words is nothing but it is the combination of the alphabetas, and the word is going to be recognized the object when all are the accepted by the word. For example, cat, C-A-T, cat is accepted throughout the world in the English language, that cat refers to a particular animal, elephant refers to a particular animal, or man refers to particular animal. In this way, the whole word is accepted as it is the same thinking process throughout the world. Therefore, we are connecting each other because of the only language. So language, through language, we are going to learn, even though we don't have the knowledge of the prior knowledge of the objects. For example, somebody tells some stories in front of us, but we are going to recognize what it is, what is going on, what is the meaning of the story, when we have the ideas of the objects, or when we have the ideas of the things, then only we can able to understand the important aspect of the knowledge. See, what is idea? Idea is nothing but it is the concept. A concept is formed when it is going to be having the characteristics of the particular object. For example, take for example elephant. Elephant is an animal. How you are going to recognize the concept of animal or elephant? It is the trunk which had the big animal on the earth. It is going to be used for the powerful, to draw the important powerful instrument, like this way, or we can use it as the one of the religious identity. In this way we are going to think that elephant is nothing but it is the one of the connectivity of the elephant and the word elephant and the object or animal elephant. So the elephant idea is nothing but it is the concept. Elephant idea is nothing but it is the concept of the animal or concept of the elephant. In that way, all concepts are begins after the word formed. So when first word formed, after that the word is definition started. The definition started. After the definition, we are going to have the concept of the object. So what is cat? It is a definition. Cat is a animal, a small animal which is going to be eat a mice in the house, or which is going to be a cute animal in the house. In this way we are going to define the character animal, I mean the cat's characteristic. Like a same way, cow, for example, cow is a word and which is refers to the cow. That is cow is a different one, the animal is a different one, but the characteristics of the cow is going to be form the idea of the animal or the cow. For example, cow has quadruped, cow has two horns, cow is going to give us a milk, and it is used for the flow. In this way, the cow eats the grass and uses milk. In this way, we are defining the characteristics of the cow. That is the animals or animal cow. So in this way, that the nature of the knowledge is going to be formed. First word, first alphabetas, second word, and the word is going to be definition, and after that the concept formed. On that concept we are going to analyze the facts, events, situations, stories. All these are going to give us a knowledge of the word, and I mean it is the word and the mythological word and physical word, because of we are going to have the knowledge of the things. So thank you for watching my video. Subscribe and like and comment.